wanted to be more reflective of what I am surrounded by and what I see in everyday life and what I'm inspired by, which is strong women who can also be vulnerable. Hi, I'm Alice Carnegie. I'm a freelance illustrator and I work part-time in a print studio. I first got into illustration, as most illustrators do, by drawing as a kid. I drew my Barbies, specifically my Jasmine doll, having adventures and things like that. Many things inspire my work. Specifically, I'm really into pop culture, film, music, TV, fashion, all of it. I would describe my style of illustration as colourful and, in the nicest way, tacky. I love the word tacky and kind of want to reclaim it as my own. I love all things sort of girly and putting a twist on that and subverting it a little bit, making it a little bit violent or a little bit sexy. The themes that I'm drawn to in my work are really women. That is the baseline theme for everything. I love women. I'm surrounded by wonderful, fantastic women constantly in my life, and I love consuming media with women in it as well. And that kind of is what drew me to making my own Girl Gang universe, which the basis for that is really strong women who are together and friends and like taking on the world. I'm drawn to the Girl Gang element and sort of subverting femininity and things like that because I'm angry at a lot of things, and it's a way for me to process that anger and sort of create a sort of shield and protect the women around me. It's kind of my way of emotionally dealing with that. I studied illustration in Dundee, and it wasn't really until fourth year where I realised that I wasn't making the work that I wanted to make. I was making work that was expected of me, and that's why I wasn't really furthering my practice, because I was being stunted by my ideas of what was expected of me. I love glittery feminine things and I love badass things as well, and I was just like, the thing that I'm most passionate about is drawing women, and I think people can tell when you are drawing what you want to draw. It's really obvious when someone finally realises what they're supposed to be drawing the whole time. That's just really important, is to not think about what's expected of you and just focus on what you actually are really passionate about. I think there is a connection between the girls in my imagery defying expectations and the sort of journey that I've had through realising what's expected of me doesn't actually matter. For me, that was a massive turning point, realising that I should just draw what I like, which is women. We've seen such one-dimensional versions of women and what it is to be a badass woman, and that's what I wanted to unpick, was to try and give it more layers and have it be on the surface one thing, and then when you sit with it for a bit longer realise it's another thing. That's what the women are like in my life. They're different things. They're not all things at one time or one thing at one time, and I feel like that myself as well. I like to subvert what people are expecting of me.